On the news, Peter Obi accuses Tinubu's administration of failing to invest in youths. NLC embarks on nationwide protest against insecurity and worsening economic conditions across Nigeria. President Tinubu reverses controversial promotion of his ADC. In addition, we have the exchange rates and weather report. The details very shortly.
Welcome to the news on the hour on Providence Television International. I am Ugbebo Ikekwa. The 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, has described the recent Action Aid Plan International report, which puts Nigeria's youth unemployment rate at 80%, as an indictment on Nigeria's leadership and its economic direction. The former Anambra State governor accused President Bola Tinubu's administration of failing in its responsibility of investing in Nigerian youths. Mr. Obi decried wasteful spending, corruption, and unproductive borrowing by the Tinubu-led administration, emphasizing that such recklessness shrinks opportunities while expanding poverty, reducing Nigerian youths to easy tools for all forms of vices. Members of the Nigeria Labour Congress assembled at the NLC Secretariat, Labour House Abuja on Wednesday for a nationwide protest against rising insecurity and worsening economic conditions across the country. President Bola Tinubu met with NLC leadership on Tuesday night to avert the protest. However, Comrade Ajero told journalists that there was no resolution to stop the protest. Present during the protest were the NLC President Joe Ajero, civil society allies, and Omoyele Sowore. In Lagos, the protesters gathered at Ikeja, carrying placards and chanting slogans demanding urgent action to curb violent crimes and kidnapping. The Anambra State chapter of the NLC also joined the protest, with the NLC State Chairman Humphrey Nwafo emphasizing that the protest was embarked on to draw attention to the palpable fear that Nigerians currently live in with regards to uncertainty about their safety at workplaces, schools, markets, farms, in their homes, and at worship centers. He stressed that the nation that cannot guarantee the safety of its citizens cannot sustain development, attract investment, or secure a dignified and prosperous future for its workforce. President Bola Tinubu has urged Nigerians not to be apprehensive about the new tax regime scheduled to take effect in 2026, assuring that the policy will bring relief to the poor, low-income earners, and small businesses. The president gave the assurance on Tuesday, stating that recent economic reforms undertaken by his administration were necessary to revitalize the economy. He further stated that the impact of these economic reforms will be felt more strongly in 2026, with huge reliefs coming from the tax laws which exempt food, medication, education, agriculture, and transportation from burdensome taxes and free businesses from multiple taxation. Governor Monday Okpebholo on Tuesday presented a 939.85 billion naira 2026 appropriation bill, the budget of hope and growth, to the Edo State House of Assembly. Presenting the budget, Governor Okpebholo stated that the 2026 fiscal plan was carefully designed to build on the foundation laid in 2025 while expanding the reach of government programs to directly impact the lives of Edo people across all sectors of the economy. He noted that the budget prioritizes critical areas of sustainable development, including security, infrastructure, agriculture, education, job creation, and health care. A breakdown of the proposal shows the total expenditure of 939.85 billion naira, with capital expenditure standing at 638 billion naira, representing 68% of the budget, while recurrent expenditure is pegged at 302 billion naira, accounting for 32% of the budget. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency on Wednesday, 17 December 2025, disclosed that it had secured an order of a federal high court in Lagos to detain a ship, its captain, and 20 other crew members following the seizure of 25.5 kilograms of cocaine in the hatch of the commodity vessel from Brazil at their Apapa seaport in Lagos State. Spokesman of the agency, Febi Babafebi, stated that the operatives of the NDLEA, acting on credible intelligence, discovered the cocaine consignment aboard the mentioned vessel MV San Antonio from Brazil. He further revealed that after the full discharge of cargo from the ship, a total of 21 crew members of diverse nationalities, including Russia, Philippines, and Ukraine, were taken into NDLEA custody along with the drug exhibits. Reacting to the development, the chairman, chief executive officer of the NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, retired, said the latest seizure reinforces his earlier warning to international drug cartels and their local collaborators that they will never get a foothold in Nigeria. Commanding officers of the Apapa Strategic Command of the agency, he emphasized that the NDLEA will continue to collaborate with local and international partners to ensure zero tolerance for substance abuse and illicit drug trafficking in Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu has reversed the controversial promotion of his ADC, Colonel Nuruddin Alonle Yusuf, to the rank of Brigadier General, following strong objections within the Nigerian Army over procedure and morale. The decision came after days of internal discontent and high-level consultations involving military authorities and the presidency. The promotion had sparked anger among officers, especially those who have completed required military courses and spent stipulated years in rank. President Tinubu reversed the promotion after being briefed on the wider implications of the promotion on discipline and hierarchy within the armed forces. The prime suspect in the murder of a retired chief judge in Delta State, Justice Ifeoma Okogu, has confessed to killing the deceased in the process of dispossessing her of her phones and other valuables. The suspect, Godwin Ngumi, who was paraded on Tuesday by the Delta State Police Command, narrated how he recruited two other persons to rob the deceased of items, including a wristwatch, jewelry, and a power bank. The 25-year-old suspect further disclosed that he had just been employed as a security guard at the residence of the deceased when the incident occurred. He had worked in the house for less than 2 weeks before the crime. Ngumi confessed that himself and one accomplice aged 21, Nnaji Obulum, tied the deceased hands and legs but had not intended to kill the late Chief Justice. The public relations officer of the Delta State Police Command, SP Bright Edafi, urged residents of the state to properly scrutinize prospective domestic staff and security personnel before granting them access to their homes. The Nigeria Football Federation on Tuesday revealed that it has formally petitioned FIFA over the Democratic Republic of Congo's use of ineligible players during the recent African World Cup playoffs. The Democratic Republic of Congo defeated the Super Eagles 4-3 on penalties in the final of the African playoffs for the 2026 World Cup. However, many of the players who represented the Democratic Republic of Congo in the playoffs are foreign-born and were only recently cleared to play for the country. Under Congolese law, dual nationality is not recognized. The NFF General Secretary Mohamed Sanusi stated on Tuesday that several of the Leopards squad who faced Nigeria hold both European and Congolese passports, describing the actions of the Congolese Football Association as fraudulent since the players were never eligible for selection. And to the weather report. The weather forecast for Thursday, 18th December 2025. In Abuja, it will be partly sunny with a temperature of 32 degrees Celsius. In Lagos, scattered thunderstorms are expected with a temperature of 30 degrees Celsius. In Benin, it will be mostly cloudy with a temperature of 33 degrees Celsius. And in Port Harcourt, there will be light rain with a temperature of 31 degrees Celsius. In Kaduna, it will be partly sunny with a temperature of 31 degrees Celsius. In Enugu, it will be mostly cloudy with a temperature of 33 degrees Celsius. And in Sokoto, it will be partly sunny with a temperature of 32 degrees Celsius. In Washington, London, and Johannesburg, light rains are expected with temperatures of 10 degrees Celsius in Washington, 12 degrees Celsius in London, and 22 degrees Celsius in Johannesburg. In Rome, it will be partly sunny with a temperature of 17 degrees Celsius, and in Paris, it will be cloudy with a temperature of 14 degrees Celsius. And to the exchange rate, 1 United States dollar is equivalent in naira is 1,471, 1 euro 1,725, 1 British pound 1,964. The Canadian dollar presently stands at 1,067 naira and the Australian dollar 973 naira. And that's the news on the hour on Providence Television International. Thanks for watching. Please stay tuned.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Season's greetings and Merry Christmas to all our viewers at home and abroad from Providence Television International, the game changer.
Good tidings for Christmas. Good tidings for Christmas. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year.